What's up, everybody? I'm Daniel Wilcox. Yeah, I'm your host. I know what you're thinking. Last time you saw this face, he was behind the NFL helmet. Now I got a hard hat on, and now I got my own construction company. We're doing home renovations and design, and this is how we do it real big with Strictly Business Enterprises. Mr. 83 Degrees Renovations and Designs. This is the living room area right here that we did. Crown molding. We got rope lights up there tucked away behind the crown molding. We got can lights in there. You see we got the Bose system on the wall with the speakers, the surround sound system. We go as far as actually customizing our vents. So we do custom crown, custom trim around the crown, around the actual vent itself. Went with 5 1/4 inch baseboards. Look at the chandelier picked out by my wife. Yeah, that's right. Very nice chandelier. Let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see this stuff. I know you're probably looking around right now like, why does it look like they quarantined the whole house? Well, this is what happened when you do things backwards sometimes, you know. This is one of the first custom kitchens and stuff my company has done. We build every single thing from scratch. You know, we got the custom beadboard paneling on the wall. If you see the beadboard going up, the custom column right here that we built. It's crazy because the only way this column actually came about is because of this column over here. This column over here was actually an exhaust vent going down from the basement up through the ceiling. So it went all the way through the floor, all the way up through the ceiling. And in the process of doing this renovation, we ended up having to basically make this column a part of the room. We didn't want to just have a big post going up from the floor to the ceiling, you know, trying to cover up that post. So instead of us doing that, we basically took it and made an actual accent piece and an actual feature of the room. So now we got 2 custom columns that we put in that match each other. Like I was telling you, this is what happened when you do things backwards. We got the plastic all over everything because now we're going back and we are painting the custom cabinets and stuff that we put in. If you look up top, you'll see the rope lights and stuff come on. I'll turn them off for you and I'll turn them back on for you. So now we got the custom rope lights going all the way around the top of the living room. Just another added feature to give their living room some extra pop, some extra flair. We've got a bunch of guys that does wonderful work for us. You come into this room, this gentleman right here, this is Marcos. He's a master carpenter for the company. Marcos also he also sings in a band. What instruments do you play, Marcos? What instruments do you play in the band? Drummer. Marcos the drummer. He's the drummer. Don't you sing too? Don't you sing some? Do you actually sing? Sing? La la. Yeah. See, Marcos also sings as well. If you look around, you'll see the custom cabinets that we built. We go into this wonderful, magnificent kitchen. Stainless steel GE refrigerator. We got everything taped up. Look like the whole room is being quarantined. I know you're saying that, but I mean, we'll let you see this thing as finished product. Granite countertops. You see, we got travertine tile floors. Everything has been taped up so that we won't get paint over everything. Like I said, this is what happens when you do things backwards. We did a custom island built in the middle of the actual kitchen floor. And this little cubby hole here has shelves that goes up for books, recipe books, or whatever else you want to put in there. You see the front of the island. We did custom pillars and columns on the front of the island as well, just to give it a little added pop. You know, I take my molding very seriously. So as you see, you can see all the molding and stuff on there. And what we did, we tried to use every inch of this kitchen to actually give it some extra space. So if you look on the side of the bar on this side, you'll see that we have a custom wine rack. And we care about everything, so we try to make sure we use every inch of the space. Most people will probably cover this up and not use this space at all, and the island would just be a big empty box. But we actually using as much of the island as we can by adding the actual wine cellars in here. So everything you see is custom built from hand, from scratch, by our guys, our carpenters, Marcos and Luis, and actually Humberto. They all are pretty darn good at what they do. And right here you see we had a little mess up, so we sanded everything down, and we're going to go back later and re-spray that again. You come around here to the front of the island. What you can see right here is a faucet that we got wrapped up. We actually did a beadboard backsplash in this kitchen, so you can see the beadboard right here. You zoom back out. We did an undermount sink, double undermount sink. Over here you got your dishwasher. And you got underneath the sink. Everything you see, even the baseboards are custom in this house. Over here, you can actually get a quick glimpse of what the baseboard looked like. As Marcos get ready to vacuum everything and clean everything up, or sand everything and clean it up, you can see the backsplash that goes around the kitchen. It's all beadboard. Custom window right here, an inset window that sits back into it just to give them a little added flavor. The beadboard backsplash comes over to where the stove sits, and you see we got a built-in pot filler, so you can actually put the water in the actual pots while it sits on the stove. It's amazing. A lot of people in the South have never even heard of a pot filler. This is something I've known about for probably 8 or 9 years, and a lot of people down here never even actually heard of a pot filler. I think it's a very unique feature to have in the kitchen, and so we think it was a very smart idea. We basically custom designed this entire kitchen and restructured everything. If you look over here, we built this birch wall. It's a wall of wood, and it goes all the way to the ceiling. It goes all the way to the ceiling, all the way down to the floor. Basically, this is a custom divider from the stove that goes into a workbench area over here for the clients. Now they got a custom desk with pillars, with granite countertop. The granite actually goes right into their window and gives them a custom feel. You know, so they got a very nice desk. The desk has doors on it and shelving on the inside. They also have a spot for their flat screen and everything to go. Here's the microwave that we're gonna mount over the stove. It's just kind of sitting out of the way right now. We also did custom blinds in here as well. My company do a little bit of everything. So we're a one-stop shop for home improvement. And if you look on this side right here of that custom wall, we actually tucked it in and we built in, adjustable shelving and cubbyhole space, so that you can actually use this entire wall. So this whole wall isn't just a useless wall that's just dividing from the stove to the desk area. It's not a useless wall. So it got shelving that'll go in here. It's got all kinds of shelves that'll go up and down. And then once you put those shelving units in, it will complete the space and make this space even a little bit better. If you look right here, you see the adjustable shelving holes. They stop right there. And then you got this extra space. We'll take this extra space and put a push pin board right down in here. And when we put that push pin board in there, they'll be able to store all their notes and footnotes. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sick right now. But they'll be able to store all their footnotes and stuff underneath the weather. They'll be able to store all their footnotes and stick and post sticks and stuff right here on this little board that goes into this space. So now we go over into this side of the kitchen. I know you guys are probably wondering, what is this? This is a ceiling to floor pantry unit. And then it's also an identical one over here on this side, ceiling to floor pantry unit. And then in the middle, you have a couple of custom shelves to the left of it, or left of the window. And then underneath the window, you have a custom bench seat that also has a piano hinge with storage in it. You can see the custom baseboard at the bottom of the bench, although it's taped up right now from us painting everything. But sometimes it calls for this. Right now, our company don't have our own building. So since we don't have our own building, we're doing stuff. We're working actually out of the people's homes. So a lot of times it's easier for us to paint inside the house rather than painting outside. So we did things a little bit backwards on this trip around, but we won't do it again. So next time you won't see somebody's house taped up like this. This is a chandelier that my wife picked out to go into this kitchen that makes everything complete. The ones that actually over here, the pendants that she have over here over the actual island. I mean, I think it's a very nice pendant. It has little crystals and stuff all in it, and it's metal, made out of cast iron metal. Very nice pendant. I think the clients love it. They like it a lot. So I think she did the right thing by doing that. This was a house that got gutted all the way down to the studs, and then we continue to do more and more work into it. So we put in the custom hardwood floors you see here. We did the baseboards. We did the surround sound with the television, the flat screen. We mounted everything up and make sure that everything came out nice and neat. You'll see over here we got some of our drawers and stuff that go in the doors and stuff that go in the kitchen cabinets and shelving units and stuff like that. And here's the new stove that our clients ordered, and it just came in today. You'll see some of our custom craftsmanship as far as tile work right here, where we did the travertine tile, and we actually dropped the medallion right underneath another one of my wife's chandeliers. See, that's another one of those crystal chandeliers. Let's turn that light on for you so you can see it and get an actual, real light effect of how this thing is going to look. So that's kind of it right there. So it came out really, really nice. You see over here on the stairs, we did the beadboard with the chair rail and the wainscoting that goes all the way up the wall into the hallway upstairs. It came out beautifully. I mean, we really, really impressed with how well our guys did on this job. This was all custom designed by myself and my wife, and it just came out really, really well. You look, we got the cast iron rail over here on the steps. We put all this stuff in as well because the railing they had here was inadequate for what they needed. You can see the post and the column here as well. So each step we put in ourselves, and it just came out wonderfully. Over here you go into a closet. Now I'll close this door first. We did a French door closet right here in the reception area of the client's home. And we did the double, people ask why you do French doors sometimes like this for a closet. It's for the simple fact that this closet, this wall right here had one little door here, and we tore down the whole wall. We opened up the entire wall and reframed it out so that we could put French doors in here. They already had a closet that was this big. The closet was as big as it is right now. The only thing is with the closet, is that it didn't have this kind of spacing, you know. It didn't have the custom shelving. It didn't have the shoe rack at the bottom. And it did not have the clothing rack and stuff at the top the way it has now. This was another one of those vent pipes that we framed out with birch so that it'll hide everything. It just makes everything make sense over here. To me, everything makes sense, and it has to make sense in order to do something of this caliber. If it don't make sense, then you know we try not to do things that don't make sense at all. So you see the custom bed, you see how everything turned out. And I think everything has turned out wonderful in this kitchen. I'll bring you back later so you can see the finished product. Right now, Marcos is over there sanding, and we can barely hear anything.